Hey guys, Deslater Magic back with some huge news. That's right, I got some insider information, and since leaking stuff is what you do these days in the MTG universe, I decided to share it with all of you guys, and screw the consequences. So everybody knows that the 9th in a row from the Vault series is going to be coming out sometime in August, because, that's the pattern. They're always released in August. Now, I got some of the cards leaked from the set and the name of it. Can you believe this? So I thought, Angels are great. I love Angels. Love the last one. Could not actually get my hands on a full set. That kind of sucked. Before that, Annihilation. I love board destruction, land destruction, just board wipes, all that. I absolutely love it. So that was my favorite from the Vault by far. But this one tops them all as far as my personal favorites. I just can't even believe it. It's called From the Vault Oops. And in case you're not quite getting the connotation, I didn't get the whole background story from it myself, but I'm assuming from the cards, based on what cards I did see from the set, that they're doing cards that were epic design mistakes. I can't even believe that, because you guys know I cover those all the time. The whole Summer Bloom thing, and how they never should have printed that. Splinter Twin being one giant exploit waiting to happen and then them banning that. The whole Artifact Land disaster where they had to ban just a huge amount of cards all at once just to stop that deck, and honestly it didn't stop a damn thing. The whole history of R&D massive screw-ups is my thing. I'm totally into that. And here it is, From the Vault Oops. Are you guys ready for this? You might want to put some kind of seatbelt on, because this is going to blow you clear out of your chair. The first card is a beautiful painted reprint of Summer Bloom. Everybody would say too soon? Is it too soon? No, it's not too soon. This is the one that everybody knows about. Of course they're going to include it in, From the Vault Screw-Ups is what I'd call it. Oh, just look at that beautiful artwork. That is just one of the largest flowers in the entire world. I forgot the actual species, but beautiful choice of artwork. Beautiful job painting, and I absolutely love it. Next up, we've got the luxurious reprint of Chrome Mox. I cannot wait to see that beautiful artwork in foil. Can you even believe it? It looks like it's popping off the page already. I cannot wait to see the amazing foil job they do on the reprint of Chrome Mox. Next up, we've got a card that I knew they couldn't ignore, Dig Through Time, with beautiful alternate artwork. I absolutely love that. They really went all out for this one. Dig Through Time, of course, was just a kick in the face of fair play in Modern. This thing just took certain decks and just let them do whatever the hell they wanted. It was almost to the point where you could just go into your deck, pull any card you want on any turn with any kind of scry and serums and Dig Through Time and just anything, and then there was Dredge, and oh my god. It was such an unbelievable disaster that they just had to include this in the long history of massive screw-ups. Next up, this is just unbelievable, because you know how they do a lot of alternate artworks for this one? This is going to look so sick in foil too. The whole set is foil. Okay, we've got an alternate art Jace the Mind Sculptor. Who else would they put in the set than Jace, one of the most overpowered cards in the history of the game? No other card has had quite similar power to solely not let your opponent do anything than Jace the Mind Sculptor. It was one of the worst designed planeswalkers as far as power creep, and people hated it. It was a complete catastrophe. I'm sure people stopped playing Magic just because of this one card, and here it is in From the Vault Oops. But I think you see the subtle change they made to the artwork. Instead of the usual blue, they actually colorized the entire card purple. Oh my gosh, kind of a throwback to the old joke about adding purple mana to the game as a 6th color. And then they added that beautiful logo on the front that says "Too Fab for You." I just love it. I absolutely love it. Everybody knew Jace was totally flaming, and now this card really shows it off. Next up, we've got the unbelievable Splinter Twin. When they printed this card, they should have known. It's just one giant exploit in aura form. It just screams infinite combo. It screams infinite tokens. What were they thinking? So obviously it has to be included in the Oops set. Now, the one thing I can't figure out is who the model was for the artwork. They kind of put a little bit of a stylized filter over it. I don't know who that is. I don't know if it's somebody famous in the MTG community or famous set of twins, or if it's the same person and a good Photoshop job. I don't know, but I'm sure we'll find out when it gets a little bit closer to launch time. Next up, we've got a beautiful redo of the card Glimpse of Nature. Honestly, I have no idea why this card was banned. It must have been before my time. Looks like it might be included in some kind of infinite loop or something. That would be my guess. I mean, it's certainly no collected company, which unfortunately isn't banned yet, or I'm sure that would be in the set. Now, unfortunately, guys, I have a little bit of good news and a little bit of bad news. The bad news is not all of the cards were leaked. I don't have all 15, sorry. The good news is I saved the best for last. Are you ready for this? This is going to absolutely blow your mind. Remember the complete catastrophe, the unbelievable tragedy that was the Merit Lage combo. What you would do with that deck is you would use Vampire Hexmage to remove all of the counters from Dark Depths, and it would bring out a 2020 Merit Lage token with, I believe, Flying and Indestructible. Ouch. But not only was this combo insanely OP, this was like the backup plan to the deck it went in. There were other things the deck did that were so stupidly unfair and impossible to stop, it was like a double whammy. This deck was just a slap in the face to Wizards R&D department. Heck, it was even a slap in the face from the Wizards R&D department. So get this, did they reprint Dark Depths? Or did they reprint Vampire Hexmage? Or did they show both in this set? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? They printed it as a split card, so you can't possibly not get the combo off. I can't believe it. I freaked out when I saw this. It's so fitting. It's so appropriate. Now, if you're not familiar, this deck was called Thopter Depths. And the Merit Lage thing was great, but it also had Thopter Foundry with Sword of the Meek in it. Oh my gosh, just when you thought getting slapped in the face by a 2020 Merit Lage was bad enough, if you managed to somehow exile it or force them to sack it, here comes the backhand, ka-slap, Thopter Foundry with Sword of the Meek. I actually suspect that those cards will also be printed in the set as well. I mean, maybe they're only going to do like one split card per horrible deck screw up. I mean, I don't know. What I do know is that the R&D department honestly did not give two craps about the extended format at the time, and that's what led to this. So really one of the more reasonable screw-ups because they weren't, it wasn't the most popular format, and they weren't testing to make sure that everything was cool and extended went back pretty far back then. So what else do you guys think will be in this set? Maybe Icy Manipulator and Winter Orb? Maybe they'll print them as a split card. That's a famous little combo there. Maybe they'll print some of the most awful cards out of Cawblade. I mean, Swords to Plowshares, that was a big one. Everybody loved that as a great exploit card. I personally would love to see Chromatic Star in this set. Just the artwork, just foiling the artwork as it sits. Boy, would that be amazing. But with such a long list of cards that have kicked Standard, Modern, and Extended in the nuts repeatedly, I can't possibly speculate on what else would be in the set. But at least we know these couple cards, and so far I love it. I have to get my hands on a set of From the Vault Oops. Well, that's it for this video, everyone, and I'm sure I'll be making the next video from prison after Wizards sues me or puts me in jail or whatever they're going to do. Probably has me assassinated, you never know. But other than that, I'd like to wish you guys a happy April Fool's Day, and I'll see you in the next video. By the way, From the Vault Lore is the actual one. It's coming out on August 19, 2016 for an MSRP of $34.99. If you're lucky enough to get it for that price, don't sue me, Wizards.